Do you want to join the exclusive Entrepreneurs Club? The one where you get to say, I'm a business owner, but you don't actually have a business idea or you think all the good ones are taken? Well, the bad news is that there's not actually an exclusive Entrepreneurs Club. The good news is that in this video, I'm going to show you how to come up with a business idea that's going to set you apart from the crowd and actually make you some money. Keep watching. Hey guys, it's Cree and welcome back to my channel where I share with you my journey to build a multi-million-dollar tech company that will one day dominate the cannabis industry. I'll share with you my failures, wins, and tips with the goal of helping new and aspiring entrepreneurs to build their dream businesses. Let's get into this video. So when I was first coming up with my idea, let's just say there's a lot of things that I could have done better that could have saved me a lot of time. Attachment, I get attached to things pretty easily. So I want to go through these steps with you so that you can do it the right way and hopefully save yourself some time, tears, energy. Let's get into it. Most important thing you want to do is identify a problem in that industry. Why do you care about this? Why do you want to know what the problems are? Because this is how you will end up providing value to your potential customers. You add value to your customers when you're able to solve a problem that they're facing. Not having enough time and not having enough money are problems that almost everyone faces. If you identify a solution that can somehow tie back to saving someone time and saving someone money, then you're most likely going to be adding value to them. You're going to want to read as many articles as you can, listen to podcasts, find industry leaders, follow them on LinkedIn, listen to what they're complaining about. This is going to be really important because this pretty much tells you what the problems are and what you need to be focusing on solving. Once you identify those problems, you need to learn as much about them as you can, essentially become an expert. It's easier if you already have some experience in the industry because 9 times out of 10 you already know what the problems are. You still want to do your research, but you're not starting completely from scratch. So me personally, I didn't have a ton of experience. Well, I didn't have any hands-on experience in the cannabis industry. I knew about the industry. I've always been an advocate for cannabis and its healing power. So I had to do a little bit more work in order to find out what the problems are. I literally have so many podcasts, cannabis podcasts on my phone. Like if you were to see my phone and not know that I was a cannabis entrepreneur, you'd probably just assume that I get high all the time. And it's just cannabis news, blunt truth, cannabis times, because I'm always listening to them because I want to make sure that I'm always on top of all the problems. Like I'm surprised I don't wake up in my sleep and just start randomly reciting cannabis news and facts. It's kind of a problem at this point. To wrap it up here, identify a problem, and you find that problem by doing your research, stalking the leaders in your industry, follow them on LinkedIn, which LinkedIn is the most amazing tool for starting your business. So if you guys want me to do a video on LinkedIn and how to get your profile where it should be, how to network, then let me know because I swear it can definitely set you ahead. So make sure you get LinkedIn together. Now you're going to go through and think about how to solve each of those problems. Now this is the fun part because this is where you get to be super, super creative. And it doesn't even have to be solutions that don't exist. It could be something that does exist that you want to improve upon. Zoom, they were the solution for a huge problem that the world had to solve, and that was virtual work. Turn all employees virtual. And video conferencing platforms, that's not something that's new, that already existed. However, Zoom came in and they did it better and they just totally took over. Zoom had features that Skype, WebEx, all those other ones didn't have, and apparently Zoom solved a problem that people were facing when it came to video conferencing software. You can have a business that's almost identical to another one, find out what those other companies' solutions or services are lacking, and then you can focus on that because that is a problem. If those other people, other companies, if they're lacking something that people see as a problem, if you solve that, boom, you're good to go. Even if it does seem similar to them, you solving that one little tiny problem, that gives you Zoom potential. Boom. And in order to find out what those other companies or services are lacking, you have to talk to your potential future customers. You want to talk to the people who might benefit from your solution. These people are going to be your potential customers, your future customers. Let's speak it into existence. This is so valuable because you literally have almost like a script from the people who will eventually be paying you money about what they want and what they need. That's gold. You are literally pretty much telling your customers, what do you want me to create for you? And I started off creating something completely different than what my business is now. That's because I didn't talk to anyone. And so I had an idea of what a problem was, and I thought I was solving it. After I started talking to people, I quickly changed course because I realized that it wasn't really solving a problem. There wasn't really a need for what I was creating. My co-founder and I, we did probably 115 interviews with our target customers, our potential customers. We got so much insight. Like, it was the best decision. And I don't remember who came up with it. I don't know if it was me or my co-founder who said we need to talk to people, but it was literally the best decision. Our app did a complete 180 and we're doing something completely different than what we started off. It was, and the cool thing about it too is that the people that we talked to were so excited. Like, that sounds kind of intimidating if you're like, oh, let's just go talk to future customers. That sounds intimidating. If you don't know these people, like, why would they talk to you? But they were so excited to talk and give their opinions and their thoughts because they were frustrated. So that's how we knew we were onto something, because there was a lot of emotion that came out of the people that we talked to, and they just pretty much spilled. You know, we asked about their challenges, you know, their experiences, what their pain points were, what their problems were with existing solutions. We forged relationships with some of these folks too, and some of these folks will probably end up some of our actual paying customers, which is awesome. So that's another benefit there too. You can you develop relationships with the people that you interview. Now, next question you might be asking is, how did you even find these people? How did you find enough people to do 115 interviews? Answer to that question is, initially, we failed at this too. Initially, what we did was literally go door to door to dispensaries. So we would literally just drive around. We were in Portland at the time. Cannabis is legal in Portland, so literally there's a dispensary at every corner. There's, like, you know, how McDonald's are in every other place. That's how often you see dispensaries. We would literally go door to door to dispensaries and say, hey, can I just talk to you? Can I get a couple minutes of your time? And folks would say, yeah, that sounds awesome. You know, can you come back next week? And sure, like, we, you know, like, oh, okay, no problem. We'll come back next week. We'd come back next week and then they'd say, yeah, like, I'm really excited. Can you come back next week? And then we'd come back next week, and then you get the point. So that did not work. Eventually, we transitioned to an online presence. Instagram, we did Facebook groups, and Facebook groups are absolutely amazing for finding target customers, because Facebook groups are so specific. You can find pretty much any niche. Join these Facebook groups and just post comments. You don't even have to talk to anyone. You can post your questions, you know, engage with the community, comment on other people's statuses, you know, like, do all of the things, do all of the engagement things. Use people's responses to your comments as a part of your interview or your research collection process. We also used Indeed as well. We put up an ad on Indeed and said, hey, we're looking for people to pretty much just get feedback on when it comes to software for the cannabis industry. Are you willing to talk to us? And once we put up that ad, we got a ton. I think we got like 10 responses in the first day. We literally called people up, talked to them, asked them questions that we had, and we got a ton of insight, like all the tea, all the secrets. People love the opportunity to feel like they're teaching you something. People love to talk about that stuff, especially if it's a pain point. So after you've done all of your interviews, you've done all your research, you want to collect all that feedback and apply it to your idea, because you're literally customizing your idea based on what your future customers have told you. Like, that is the best way to set yourself apart from your competition. You literally have the secrets. When we were doing these interviews, there were so many like nitty-gritty things that we did not know, that we learned just from talking to dispensary managers and owners. And so, like, we did our research when we designed our app, but these are things that were pretty much impossible for us to find. Like, we didn't find them. As much research as we did not find the things that we learned just from talking to people. So we were able to take that feedback and incorporate it into our app. And these are things that currently our competitors don't have. They do not have the features that we have, simply because we got it straight from the horse's mouth, and we got these little secrets, our little our secret weapons is what I call them, from our interviewees. So like, and just think about that. Like, if we did 115 interviews, that's 115 hours worth of feedback, insight, specific features, competitor advantages, all of that we now have. So take that feedback, see how you can apply it. It's really gonna set you apart from your competition. So those are things that you need to do to come up with a great business idea. Now, these things might take some time, and that's okay. You may have to go back through this process a couple of times, and that's all right, but have fun with it. Like, this is a fun time. If you do end up starting a business and you're wildly successful, like, this is gonna be the stuff that you're gonna remember. When we did this, when my co-founder and I did this, we literally had a whiteboard, and we would be in our living room and just like hashing out ideas. And we'd be up until like 4 a.m. just going through this process. Just fun. Like, those are the things that, you know, that I look back on and that I remember. So if you think about it, all of the biggest companies started somewhere. Uber started as 2 guys in Paris that were stuck looking for a taxi. And now they are the gargantuan that is Uber. All right, guys, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button so you know when I have new videos coming out. Thanks.